Alright, hello and welcome back to Stationeers. So it's been 400 days. It's a lot of days. So I was in the greenhouse and it's working exactly as it should. Let me, I have some leftovers on the ground here that I need to clean. But overall, it is working perfectly well. Quite surprised actually. I was expecting it to not behave properly, but that change to plant the seed, not the seed, to plant the actual fruit, if it is not the kind of plant that doesn't keep seeding, it works just fine. You see it's harvesting right there. So it's going to grab the last weed and I'm just gonna plant it back. Yep. And gonna do the same with this one here. This bed here, because I was sleeping here while this was happening, to see if it was working. The only change I had to do is here. So to do this change I had to change the advanced airlock. Like this one is too big, that is constrained. So I had to place the, how you call it? The compositor that don't have the constraints over this block here. Mainly because the, how you call it, the Larry, for whatever reason, has different reach box when it's going forward versus when it goes backwards. So it was not passing because of this part here. So I changed the layout of the rails a little bit to push it one block back. But I still had to do this so it can fully do the pass here. Even though if you look visually, it passes exactly the same position. So it should be able to go back and forth without hitting anything. But backwards it does actually do a different check. So I don't know how it goes, but that's what I had to do. So my oxygen is at the edge of being good or not. So I still need to wait a little bit before it gets good. So I should be able to go outside and just grab more of the seeds. I also found this blueberries, right? So I had the strawberries and I found some blueberries on the trader. So you can say that and I had the chutes here because I was fixing the door problem. I had to say it's working perfectly well. I threw all the seeds here. So, because I was testing with the lights, right? So one grow life doesn't go all the way to the 4th row here. So I had to put those on the top here to get those plants happy. And this one here, I was not sure if I'm gonna hit this. So that's why you're seeing this weird pattern. I was just testing the light henge, if it would actually work. And it works perfectly fine. And some mushrooms here at the very dark side, so they never get light on this position here. Just to have mushrooms, really. So now if I go outside, I should have a bunch of seeds already sorted. So there is, all the stuff for the how you call it, the switchgrass, right? So the cocoa is here, right? The fern, wheat, sugarcane, mushrooms, rice, potato, soybean. So that's all that's grow so far. And the seeds for everything here, right? Oh, weirdly enough, the soybean is here, not here. Is it on the hand for whatever reason? No. Why would only this one be here instead of here? That make no sense. Yeah, it works for every single other one. Right, I'm gonna lose night over it. So yeah, perfect. That's just perfect. So let's use this to plant the rest of this stuff there. Since it's gonna spoil anyways.
Oxygen low.
Right. So, oh, I forgot the sugarcane. So fern is supposed to be here. Wheat is here. Then this is pumpkin, soy. Some rice. Potato. Something happened with my corn. I messed up my corn somehow. It was supposed to be here. Oh, I forgot about it. Whatever. Mushrooms. Okay. Well, that's all really for the greenhouse. I just need to sort out the seeds and then how do you call it? Fix the... not fix. Add the rest of the plants. Which I'm gonna do later, but it is working. Oh, I have a lot of pumpkins, so I can just plant everything. So the code does work in both plants, so can use this code, the same code exactly in the top there. I didn't update the code for the one at the top, but it should be possible. This is a tomato, this is a watermelon, so the tomato should be here. It's not exactly, yeah, that's it. So tomatoes, strawberry, then blueberry, and then this is watermelon. It's more like a cleaning job now. And the potatoes, right. I think I made a double line of how you call it, the rice instead of making corn. Right. That's the greenhouse done. So now I need to go over the composter. I don't remember the last time I had to use the composter to actually make water. And I need to make something that grabs the seed for me. So that will be interesting one to code. So let me see how am I gonna go over about the composter. Just a sec. Alright. Let's do some experimenting with the composter, and then we see what happens. So this stuff is going to spoil anyway. Where's the sugarcane? Sugarcane is here. I don't need all the sugarcane. I also don't need all the... doesn't matter. So let's just grab some stuff. So this will make the learner very happy because it doesn't actually know how much stuff exists here. Since they have it in memory, right? So I need to do something that goes over here and then updates the memory based on the locker. So we're gonna do this later on. For now, it doesn't matter if it doesn't quite know how the locker is. Then I think I did play with the composter like 200 years ago. Then most of the time I'll play with ICEs enabled, like even Windows, like at the time where we could do custom works. Or I will just be playing in a place where you can actually get volatiles easy enough. Well, you can always buy from the traders, right? But yeah. So let's see, composter, portable composter, advanced composter. Interesting. I guess I want the advanced one. Yeah, that's the one. So it releases nitrogen and volatiles. Great, it releases fuel. At a well, a small amount of heat. Okay, as well a small amount of heat. Okay, so that's recipe for disaster, right? So volatiles and nitrogen. Ignition, I think, is 30 degrees or something. That's very, very easy to combust. So fertilizer is produced 1, 2, 3, 8, I don't really care about the fertilizer. I just want to have the volatiles and nitrogen. So food increase plant yield up to 2 times. Decayed food increase plant growth speed up to 2 times. So I can actually make use of the decay food directly to the plant. Let's see, how do you do it? So it's just a kit, solder, electron, steel, and copper. So it's everything basic material. Electronic printers, of course. So it's copper, steel, electron, and solder. Missing the copper. Copper. So what I'm going to have is from the trash, from the sorting system, it will go straight into the composter, and then if the composter is full, I don't know how fast it goes actually. If it is full, then we just throw away or something. If I throw in the furnace, it will make charcoal, which still being a pain to deal with. So it requires 5 steel sheets. There is 1. I could leave the suit here. We still have corn here. I did grab all the corn from here. So I do want to experiment with this decay food as well. So I don't have any steel sheets. Okay, so just make more. Did I use all the steel already? Fun fact, while you are printing this, you can totally build a bed sideways in the wall or upside down. It works, you can sleep on it, you know, but sideways is your, how you call it, when you get up off the bed, it has this position here, right? So depending on where you place the bed, instead of getting down, you're gonna get teleported to the room above, which is weird. Then you might take damage with the suit because you're like inside of stuff and the suit don't like it. If you put upside down, you're definitely gonna take damage in the suit. Well, you shouldn't sleep with the suit on the bed, but that's definitely something you can do. I was doing some testing while I was waiting for the plants to grow in the greenhouse, and I found that by accident. Actually, I was not trying to put the bed on the wall or the roof. I was just trying to rotate, and then it rotates sideways. I'm like, what? But yep. So let's, I guess, just gonna put the composter outside for now. And I could swap this for this. The bed also doesn't need to be here, as well as the chutes. I'm running out of space for stuff. So this gives me a little more space here. Oh yeah, the solar panels. I'm pretty sure I'm missing something basic on the sensor function. So I did a lot of tests that I had done in the past before and it worked, and now it doesn't work. So either I did something wrong in the past, or I just don't remember what the heck I did. But to be simple, I'm going to go over the very basic standard solution. That doesn't even make use of 2 sensors, so I'm gonna leave the sensor there. Why is this guy's randomly here? Don't do that. Great. So you guys should, well, go with the storm really. Yeah, it feels like when the ores get on the side here, they take less damage from storm because they are here like for 5 or 6 storms already. Those ores at the side were here when I made the solar panel, like that was like 30 episodes ago, whatever, something like this. 30, no, 15. And they are just sitting in the corner here. They doesn't seem to take full damage. I was expecting all of those to be gone like ages ago, but they're still here. So the standard easier solar you can do anywhere you want is just reading the horizontal directly, and you just apply the rotation of your solar panels if they are not correct placed, and then you just do a very small simple formula on the vertical. Like that's the easiest thing to be done. So just gonna do this one instead, and later I mess more with 2 solar sensor readings instead of just 1. So the horizontal, you read the horizontal, it's already working as it should. So the vertical you read from the same horizontal. But then the formula is 19 minus whatever reading. That's what you need. Now, they've made this correctly, so they should have work. Horizontal. What is horizontal? Okay, so horizontal is the D0, right? Yes. Horizontal, read the horizontal. And then from the horizontal you read the vertical. And then sub 9 in this, and that should be all. Maybe my horizontal is not where it should be. Great, now I just lost the sun, so I can't really... Wait, they are all facing up. Why would they be facing straight up? Like they are not even changing. Yeah, vertical is 90, so I messed up the code somehow. I'm doing 19 minus 0, that's not what you want to do. I mean, I guess I could have the 90 here.
Power low.
And you call this vertical offset, but then the formula is not the same as the horizontal, right? So it's not add to horizontal. Well, I guess add or subtract. Depends on how you see the math. Will end up the same. Really? Vertical offset set here, and then we get 9 minus. Yes, that's it. Okay, now it's working.
Waste tank caution.
How am I gonna test with the composter? I need access to power. I need also to be worried that stuff doesn't burn. I guess a test here, like a little far from everything. Over here. So I need a water pipe, so I have water for the plants. Could push from the wall. Why are you throwing an error? Oh, great. That's just lovely. My wall is... well, that's good that I didn't pressurize this place. Great. I'm seeing corn seed. And the code keeps running, even though that guy has an error. Yeah. Because I'm not checking for error on this one. So that's a problem. That's a big problem. Well, this guy gonna keep cycling this. Right, I'm gonna have to deal with this problem later. I wanna focus on the composter, so let's just plop it down here near the... here is like somewhat far. Shouldn't put fire on anything. I just need to remember how it works. Right, so it has the input, has the settings there. Can't quite see. So the liquid pipes on the bottom, the inputs on the side. I don't quite understand those two arrows. I think that's not intent to have two arrows on the output there. Yeah, it's just a normal output. For whatever reason, there's an extra arrow showing a different direction there. That was confusing. There's that. There is the activate button. So I need to build a room around this thing that will keep pushing the gas out. And I filter it in a different, in a separate, so I'm gonna need two more tanks, volatiles and nitrous oxide. Nitrous. Right, so power. Yellow cable. Right. So it's complaining probably because it doesn't have water. Why do we have the activate? Not enough process item.
Power critical.
I'm too far from the power, really. That's annoying. Gonna need to somehow have water here if we wanna test this. I either grab from the greenhouse there or I have like external testing. I don't think I have enough pipe to get there, and that will be a terrible place to have random water pipes that I'm gonna have to remove later. Yeah. So, do I have like just water in a canister? I guess I can get some water there with some utilities and silicone. We'll have silicone. Make a very simple setup, so I can just have some water there. Iron, where's that my iron? I really run out of iron? That's impossible. I mean, I have a gazillion wars still in the Amy thing there, but I need to process all that. So let me build the very basic water, move over there, have the water ready, and then I start again. One thing that I want to do before that is just test this, putting decayed food into the plant itself. I was not aware that you could put decayed food there. Unless that information is from the composter, not from the plant. But doesn't seem like it. That doesn't sound good. Oh, I know what's happening. The entire thing gonna go to a halt. So, because of the crap, great. Because of the outsider, it's stuck. Everything is like the entire chute line is full of trash now. It backfilled the entire line down to the sorter. Now it's full over here as well. Yeah, you can't place decayed food here. Decayed food increase plant growth speed up to 2 times. So I guess I need to make the fertilizer with the decay food, and yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. Okay, so it's talking about the actual composter and not the putting the decayed food directly here. Okay, perfect. Wheat. Did I plant out the wheat? Yeah, I plant out the wheat, so I don't care about the wheat. Rice. Yeah, I guess I should have here my corn. I can't see the corn anywhere. Anyways, so that's just sidetracking. Gonna have to do a very quick fix on these walls to allow everything else to just run. Oh, I'm gonna hit the vent there. It's complaining about the position of the pipe. Great. I'm gonna have enough pipe to do this juggling, but that's fine. I'm gonna need to do the exact same thing here. Okay, so at least this should, and that's the corn, so it should clear up the backlog there, and then I should be able to turn on my collecting, my greenhouse. That's the name. I was trying to get a name to the actual Larry's, like Larry's collector, Larry greenhouse, and I'm like, what? Yeah, now the solar panels are working. They're faced the correct direction. Yeah, I'm still like 90% sure. I did a dual tracking with just the solar sensor, not doing the math there, but I'm missing something very trivial. I just don't remember what it is. So now I have even more trash. This is padded wall. There's some pipes there. Right, let me get all the water there and then I should be back. Right, so I just pushed the pipes from there to here and then the cables that were already here. And this should help me with this. Now I don't know. Oh, it's 12 liters. Okay, so yeah, I put one here just because I don't know how much water. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, let's stop here. So now I'm gonna have one more. So one utility, one small tank just to speed up a little bit, a liquid pump, and then an insulated utility. And then the actual pipes. So I will not use this one here. Guess just to be safe now. I was going to say I can add 2 of this, but then I'm gonna have too much volume and the water will evaporate, and never mind. So let's just move It's latent. Does it say how much one can hold? Yeah, that's already way too much.
Hunger caution.
It doesn't say how much one pipe takes. 20 liters. So one pipe takes more than the entire thing, so I don't even need this. Just the pipe. Okay, perfect. That's all I need to test. Forget the actual water bottle. So the utility, the tank, the pump, the pipes, and I'm gonna need these, so I'm gonna bring just in case. It's just an experiment for me to remember how the heck this thing works. Because I don't remember at all. Right, so we make it backwards. I can use this part here actually. So there is no storm, so I'm free to open those. I'm gonna leave them here so I don't forget and they don't fly away. And then I can work in peace here. Great. So if I do it backwards, that will be the pipe. So one pipe has 20 liters. Okay, so I have 10 liters here, so that's more than enough. In that case, place the pump here. Then I place this guy here. And the utility. Come on. Here. You can reach maximum. Well, that was really simple. Some of this
Waste tank caution.
yellow cable. I forgot to drain the tank when I went base. That doesn't matter. Right. Do I have a configuration card? I do. Perfect. So in that case, just drop it here. It's instant 0. This is full. 10 liters. Oh, that was instant. Yeah, liquid pipes move way faster than gas pipe. Now this is gonna keep heating up. So guess I just get rid of these guys. Right. Now, well, I guess it's straightforward enough, right? So we have input and we have output. So I drop out my decay food. That's not super smart. Do I have something here? Not really. So is this guy done doing the thing? Because I think it's going to get messed up because of the delay. Pumpkin. Strawberry. I need to wait to finish the cleaning here so I can turn actually on. Yeah, let it run. Leave it running. Yeah, there's the key food right here. So how does this work again? You just throw how many you want. You throw one by one. So if I throw one of this, it currently not processing. Items left to grind. Item left to process one. I think there's a minimum amount you need to put there, if I remember. 2. Three. I don't remember if it's 10, if it's 5, or if it's based on something else. Crap. Oh, I have a call. Real fast. This guy. So it is saying 5. Ratio and quantity. What the heck is ratio? To 100%, I guess. Maximum 100. Required power, export, import 4. That's not 4, import is 5. That's definitely wrong. Or it count this. Okay, so let me put 2 more. I'll go to 7. The import will be 5. Yeah. Okay, so import count is not really useful. Quantity is the thing. Ratio is still 5. If I press here, it I don't know what's happening. Is actually doing anything? Nothing being released to the board. It is reusing water for sure. Yeah, I'm seeing some volatiles. So it is actually expelling volatiles. I'm not seeing any nitros.
Power low.
Nitrogen, nitrogen. Why did I set nitros? Okay. So quantity is 4. Or 7. So it used 3. Oh, that is too damn slow. I'm gonna need more than one than this. Dang, wasn't this faster? Just want to confirm the quantity if you're gonna fall from 3 by 3. Because if that's the ratio I need, that's fine. I don't know what ratio 5 means. Yes. So now I should not be working, which means I just need 2 more. Can I put 2 more of whatever, or it needs to be the same?
Waste tank caution.
Settings in ratio, right? So I guess settings in ratio is the same thing. read and write. Ratio is just read. Maximum what? Quantity. So I need to do some experimenting, like changing the settings and see what happens. Probably nothing. So you can read if it's working with the activate. That's and it's 0. Okay, so it does require 3 of something, whatever. So if you have only 2, it probably doesn't work. So I have 2. Yep. So it's 3 of whatever. Great, so I can check the quantity. And I definitely gonna need more than that from the amount of plants I have. I mean, there is a big delay when the plants grow, but then switchgrass make a lot. That was an interesting experiment. What I was going to do, I'm going to read something. No, I don't need this water no more. The pipes. Jeez, I need to reorganize the base. It's getting a mess again. Right. I need to turn on again the Larry stuff. That's also off. And I do want to see if I can change the settings on the thing. Do I have true logic? Don't make an IC10 housing. Although I do have a chip right here. So I have a housing. Do I have a spare housing? I don't have a spare housing. It's more flexible than just an IO. Right. So anything else more interesting? So there is memory in this thing for whatever reason. Mode 0 and 1. What the heck mode does? Okay, actually said that 1 to 3 reduce fertilizer effects of plants will be depends on this. Okay, it doesn't say what the heck the mode does. So I guess I change the mode and I messing with the settings and see what happens, and then we can call it a day. So first, let me return on the Larrys so they can go back to work. It's still running. Yeah, it's working as it should. Also, I don't have corn, right? So let me grab this corn here. And then this corn, well, that will mess up the count, that doesn't matter. How much stuff do I have left in the backlog here? I shouldn't have thrown all the seeds there. It clogged the entire system. This is what this is. Switchgrass. Yep. I leave it running. Okay, so if I place you here, right, you can go there. I need some yellow cable again. Perfect. Perfect. Now on D0 here, I'm gonna place the composter. Advanced composter. And we're gonna mess with the things here and see what happens. No storm, which is good. So let's see. Clear. Alias, D0. Composter, D0. Start. Jump to start. I don't need a loop probably. Save composter setting. I don't know, 70. It works. Now does it do anything? It does change the ratio and the settings to 7. Does this mean more water, less resource, or more resource, less water? I don't know. I have no idea. So the activate can just be a simple greater than 0 in the quantity. Safe is greater than 0 for 0 from the composter. So load into R1 on the composter, activate because it stays 1, right? So it's safe is equal to 0 into R1. R1, and that will be an AND. Because if this is 1, will be 0, yes. 0 R or 0 R1. So if it's not active, otherwise I'm gonna stop the machine, I think. And that seems that just made another fertilizer. I think the settings actually do anything. I just put to 0 and I'm gonna find out. R0 safe is greater than, oh, greater than 3. Don't know where I came with that one. Really? Maybe because the setting is 0. Let's put the setting 10. Nope, that's... I can't code. So that's the setting, right? Now let's put 50 again, as it was, just so load on the composter quantity is not quantity. Yeah, it's quantity. So loading to R0 from the composter quantity safe is greater than 3. And then loading to R1, deactivate, safe is equal to 0. And then end. Oh,
Waste tank caution.
yeah. That helped. Right, so I put 2. Nothing happens, so it automatically does that thing. With the third one, this will be greater or equal. You shouldn't be activating again.
Power low.
Load for composter activate. Oh, because it's not active yet, but that's fine. Save, it's equal to 0. Now, the second pass, this will be true, and active will be true. So R1 is not equal to 0. It is 1, so this will be 0. That should be oh, we turn it off. Can't be an AND, it should be an OR. Or I could just keep the line. If I do this, does it reset the process? So I have to reprocess again, I guess. Or no. Yeah, it's better to skip the line. So if it's greater than T, we get the activate, then we get the activate here, and then we can do branch relative is greater than 0 or 1, 2. I'm pretty sure this jumps to this line here. So to make sure I'm jumping correctly, I'm going to use the setting here as 20. Right. So if I place 3 of those, it doesn't activate yet because the quantity is not there. Now it activates and stays active. And the setting should have changed to 20. It did. So that's the proper branch relative. This is skip one line, but I always find confusing because you have 2, right? I better reading this like you jump to the number of the line here, right? So it's same as pressing the cursor down the number of times. So the number here is 2, so if I press 1, 2, that's the line it will land. So that's how I usually go about the branching relative. Usually do branch with naming, but since this is only one line, the problem with branch relative, you have like 3 here, then it's very easy to add a line here and then mess up the entire code. But with 2, the only way you mess up if you add something right here. Right, so you're just skipping one line, you're gonna skip next line, so I make sure I don't mess this one up. So I'm gonna put the settings to 0. And the last thing I need to do is setting is 0. It is active. I have absolutely no idea what the heck it is doing. It does use a fair bit amount of water. As far as I know, the overall process of making the plants, making the water, making the composter is actually positive in the like you get more, so you shouldn't be. I went there to be close to the wireless charger, So even though it seems to be using a lot of water, so it should be making more water than I'm using. Or I could use this composter here. But it requires a full liquid canister and battery to operate accelerator. So it requires water. Well, never mind. I thought this normal composter would not need water. It's the same thing. So you do need the water anyways. Right, so setting apparently doesn't do anything. Let's check mode. So mode 1. Mode is 0. If I put stuff in it, does the mode change? Oh, mode changed to 1, then mode changed to 0. So mode 1 means it is grinding stuff. Mode. I'm blind. Power open mode. Read and write. You can write, but why would you write mode? Yeah, mode keep changing to 1 and then change to 0, so mode doesn't do anything, and setting also doesn't seem to do anything. And set translating to ratio.
Waste tank caution.
The only thing you care about is so the only thing I care about is this. The quantity, if it's quantity greater than 3, then we activate. If it's already activated, we just skip. Well, I guess that would make sense if we just do it before, right? Nah, I'll leave it as... Alright. That will do. That's all experiment I need to do. Now I need to come up with a building for this. Yeah, there's nothing here that's gonna blow up, so that's fine to be there. So let's see, are we done here? Okay, we're finally done here. Get this stuff back here. And the weed, I don't remember where the weed was. Well, that's not ideal because that will reset the memory, but that's fine. Low level Larry. So the clear, it's already here, the settings are already there, so I just need to do this and remove whatever he had. Yeah, you're not supposed to have seed and stuff at the same time. Right. I hope the plants are not too mad because the lights were not working. Don't seem to be. Right. Rice. Oh, whatever I had seeds won't work anymore. Yeah, like those. Oh, never mind. So something already seeded and it's in a stage that we won't seed again. Like this one, yeah. It will stay here forever. Because it's expecting the Larry to grab this stuff, but since it lost the memory, it will never come back here. Okay. So we just collect those 2 rices, so I can clear those here and plant corn here. Great. Now I shouldn't bug up with seeds because this is not full anymore. Now I just need to do the same on the upper level here. I hope the upper level is... It's probably stuck. Yeah. I have to do the same. Oh, that thing really messed up. Now we're gonna have to check if one of the plants is not seeding. Seed, this seed. This one, which is the one that he was on top of, so that's fine. And the switchgrass, I hope nothing broke here. It's hard to see with how tall this plant is. Okay, so the switchgrass is fine. I don't think upper level Larry. It does have the clear. Okay, so that will work. Why did you... Oh, there was a seed there. Alright. That should fix this. And I shouldn't have any more issues. I mean, the whole thing was stuck because the cargo area was not able to store the stuff because it got stuck. It shouldn't happen. It might happen. So if it happens again, I'm gonna have to come up with a way of resetting the layer without having to manually do all this crap. But that's for the future. So we're gonna need to move this one layer further. And that should work. Great, so let me close this thing, and I need to pressurize and cool it down, so it's gonna take forever. Also need to expand here, and I need to think how am I gonna do the composting now. So solar panel is fixed now, right? Yeah, it should be. Thing is basically dead.
Waste tank caution. Waste tank caution.
I'm gonna try to make a something that gets the soot on load. Put the canisters into a thing that drains the canister, then put the soot back and put stuff back in the soot. Maybe a Larry can place and grab the soot from the soot standing. That would be interesting. It does have slots, right? So it might be able to add and remove stuff from there. That will be an interesting thing to automate. Just drop the soot and then it will go to a storage. And then the Larry place it there. Okay, so that will be for the future. For now, I think I'm happy where it is. The thing is working as it should. The store is working. The greenhouse is working. Both upstairs and downstairs, so pretty good, really. Did I ever went to check the trailer I called down? No. So let's, before closing, let's just check whatever the trader has.
Oxygen critical.
And then we close. So you have chocolate cake and you have those stuff, so you might be buying, yeah. So I'm not at this stage where I have those good for sale. Gonna be soon enough. Yeah, it does get some reasonable value from it. For now. Guess I could buy some eggs. Nah. I mean, the chocolate cake, you can sell it. I'm not really into selling this. Yeah, that's normal power battery usage. Don't know why the heck that one was being used last time. Right. So that will be it. I wanna have build all this stuff, and then I should be back. So for now, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.